Ladies and gentlemen, today I ask you to turn your back on the exhausting chase. Stop running after money like it's a shadow just beyond reach. Instead, become the kind of person money can't resist chasing. Because wealth, true wealth, is not something you chase. It's something you attract. Before any man or woman can expect money to chase them, they must know, with unshakable certainty, what it is they truly desire. Not just a vague wish to be wealthy or a passing hope for financial comfort, but a crystal clear, burning purpose. Most people go through life like a ship without a rudder, drifting wherever the currents pull them. They take jobs they do not love, start businesses without vision, and chase money without direction, only to find themselves exhausted, empty, and still broke. Money does not respond to confusion. It responds to intention, laser-sharp intention. When your mind is filled with a clear, definite goal, one you can write down, speak aloud, and feel in your bones, then and only then do you begin to stir forces within and beyond yourself. A definite purpose gives your life order. It gives your thoughts structure. It turns your time into an investment. And it ignites your subconscious mind to seek solutions, connections, and ideas that align with that goal. You see, when you decide exactly what you want, everything changes. Opportunities that once looked like noise become signals. You begin to notice people who can help you. You start speaking with conviction. You stop saying yes to what distracts you. Life sharpens into focus, and that clarity builds magnetism. Money, success, and resources are drawn not to the frantic, but to the focused. But purpose must go beyond numbers. It's not enough to say, "I want to be a millionaire." Ask yourself why. What will the money enable you to build? Who will it allow you to become? What impact will it fund? When your purpose is connected to meaning, to a vision that expands beyond your own comfort, then your desire becomes a fire that no rejection, no delay, and no failure can extinguish. You must live with that purpose. Write it, speak it, feel it, rehearse it in your imagination until it becomes a part of your identity. Because when your purpose becomes who you are, the chase ends. You no longer pursue money blindly. It begins to notice you, to respect you, and ultimately to follow you. The world does not reward the unsure. It responds to the man or woman who walks with conviction, speaks with intention, and moves with purpose as if the result were already theirs. Define that purpose, and you will discover that money, opportunities, and people begin moving in your direction, not by chance, but by design. Before money ever arrives in your hands, it must exist in your mind. Long before you touch the wealth you desire, you must touch it with your belief. This is where most people falter. They say, "I'll believe it when I see it." But those words are the anthem of the average. The truth is, you will only see it when you believe it. That is the law. That is the pattern of every great creator, every visionary, every self-made success. Belief is not wishful thinking. It is not blind hope. It is a decision to see what is invisible, to hold firm to an outcome, while everything around you says it's impossible. Belief is internal certainty in the face of external silence. It is waking up every day and thinking, acting, speaking, and preparing as if the money you seek is already yours, even when your bank account whispers otherwise. People often wait for proof to show up before they commit their energy. They wait for signs. They wait for encouragement. They wait for support. But money doesn't chase those who wait. It chases those who believe before they have a single reason to. Because belief is creative. It is the blueprint of your reality. Every fortune ever built began as an idea backed by belief. Every mansion, every business empire, every stream of passive income, it all began in the unseen, in the silence, in the solitude of someone's belief. When you believe with intensity, you begin to rewire the world around you. Your thoughts become clearer. Your confidence rises. People respond differently to you because belief changes how you carry yourself. Opportunities that once avoided you begin to present themselves because belief changes your energy. It's not mystical. It's magnetic. It's psychological. The mind that believes opens doors that stay locked to the doubtful. Belief makes you act boldly. It makes you invest in yourself when others would play it safe. It makes you make the call, take the step, build the thing, because you are not waiting for permission. And money is drawn to boldness. It is attracted to those who move forward with assurance, even when the outcome isn't guaranteed, because deep belief makes you behave like the person who already has what you seek. And when you do that long enough, life begins to catch up with your conviction. If you want money to chase you, then stop looking for signs that it's coming. Stop waiting for someone to validate your dream. Decide right now that what you desire is already on its way, and act accordingly. Speak like someone who is already successful. Work like someone whose results are inevitable. Think like someone who no longer doubts. Because when you believe before you see, the seeing always comes. Maybe not immediately, maybe not how you expect, but always in alignment with the level of belief you carry. The stronger your belief, the faster and more fiercely money will chase you. If you want money to chase you, stop chasing every opportunity with open hands and empty pockets. The world is full of people begging for a break, pleading for a chance, waiting for someone to discover them. But money does not respond to begging. It responds to value. It flows to those who create, not to those who wait. You must become a person of such undeniable worth that the world has no choice but to pay attention, and to pay you. Too many people focus on getting. They ask, how can I earn more? Where can I find an investor? Who will give me a job? These are the questions of the needy. But the wealthy think differently. They ask, what can I give that others need? What problem can I solve? How can I serve so powerfully that compensation becomes inevitable? You see, value is not about what you want. It's about what you offer. And until you shift your focus from seeking opportunities to creating them, you will always be at the mercy of those who do. You must develop yourself like a craftsman hones his tools. Invest in your mind, in your skill set, in your communication, in your discipline. Turn yourself into an asset, something rare, useful, and powerful. The market doesn't reward effort. It rewards results. It rewards solutions. It rewards originality. And you become original by pouring your energy into mastering something, refining it, and then delivering it with excellence. When you become valuable, people seek you out. They refer you. They remember you. They return to you. And money begins to follow, not because you manipulated or begged, but because you became someone worth paying. A person of value doesn't need to knock on 100 doors. They build a door that others line up to walk through. They don't ask, can I have a seat at the table? They build the table, and others bring the chairs. This isn't about arrogance. It's about quiet power. It's about understanding that true wealth doesn't chase applause. It chases impact. If your presence doesn't improve something, then your absence won't be noticed. But when you elevate everything you touch, every team, every client, every environment, then money doesn't just find you. It follows you. It lingers. It multiplies. So don't wait for luck. Don't hope for handouts. Don't be the one constantly applying, asking, pitching without preparation. Become the one others need. Let your name carry weight. Let your work speak before you walk into the room. Because when you shift from being a seeker to being a source, from being a consumer to being a creator, from being a beggar of opportunity to a builder of value, money stops being something you chase. It becomes something that's drawn to you, pulled into your orbit by the sheer force of your worth. Wealth begins in the mind, not in the marketplace. Before it ever appears in your bank account, it must be born in your beliefs. This is the truth most people never understand. And because of that, they sabotage themselves before they even begin. They chase money with the thoughts of the poor. They dream big while thinking small. They read books and attend seminars, yet in the silence of their own mind, they carry fear, guilt, and scarcity. And that is why money continues to run from them. Your mindset around wealth is either your greatest asset or your heaviest anchor. If you believe money is hard to get, it will always stay just out of reach. If you believe that wealth is only for the lucky, the ruthless, or the corrupt, then you will unconsciously reject it, no matter how hard you work. If you believe that wanting money is greedy, or that being wealthy is somehow shameful, then no matter how loudly you speak your goals, your inner world will keep pushing abundance away. You must understand that money is not good or evil. It is neutral. It is a tool, no more evil than a hammer or a fire. It becomes what you make of it. In the hands of a wise, disciplined, and purposeful person, money becomes fuel for freedom, for service, for building, for creating. It can expand your generosity, increase your reach, and elevate the people around you. But to receive it, to truly attract and hold it, your mind must first give it permission to enter your life. Your thoughts about money are like signals sent out into the world. If you send out signals of fear, limitation, and resentment, you will only attract struggle and scarcity. But when you rewire your beliefs to expect abundance, not as a fantasy, but as a natural outcome of growth, service, and contribution, you open the gates for money to flow to you. And not just once, but continuously. Wealthy people do not just think about making money. They think in terms of multiplication. They think in terms of leverage. They see money as a river, not a puddle. They don't ask, "Can I afford this?" They ask, "How can I create the resources to make this happen?" That shift from limitation to possibility is a mindset, and that mindset changes everything. You must learn to guard your thoughts as you would your fortune. Speak of abundance, even when your reality is still catching up. Surround yourself with those who talk in terms of growth, not gossip. Eliminate the language of lack. Words like, "I can't," "It's too hard," or "People like me don't get rich." Challenge every lie you've been taught about money. Just because someone handed it to you doesn't mean you have to carry it. Affirm daily that wealth is your right, not a right granted by birth or privilege, but a right earned through awareness, action, and alignment. Money does not show up for those who merely want it. It shows up for those who expect it, prepare for it, and respect it. So master your mindset, train it, discipline it. Feed it with truth, with vision, with evidence of what's possible. Because when your mind aligns with wealth, when your thoughts no longer sabotage your efforts but fuel them, you become a magnet for money. Not because you're lucky, not because you're special, but because you finally stopped pushing it away with unconscious beliefs and started inviting it in with unshakable intention. Nothing attracts money more predictably than persistent, intentional action. Not motion for motion's sake, but bold, focused, deliberate movement toward a clear objective. The world is full of people who start things. Starters are everywhere. They have good ideas, strong motivation, for a while. But they fizzle out. They quit at the first delay, the first rejection, the first sign that results aren't instant. These are the ones who chase money and watch it slip further away with every abandoned effort. But money is not earned by dabblers. It is earned by those who endure. And not just endure, but endure with purpose. Not reckless grinding, not busy work, but sustained, intelligent, adaptable persistence that refuses to fold. That kind of action builds gravity. It sends a signal to the world. This person is serious. And money follows seriousness. When you act with purposeful persistence, you stop needing motivation. You build discipline. Discipline is what carries you through the days when the excitement fades. It is what keeps you studying when no one is watching, building when no one is clapping, and refining when no one believes in you yet. Most people quit before they've given their dream a real chance to grow. They dig for treasure and stop 3 feet from gold. But those who act with conviction, who refuse to let delay be mistaken for denial, these are the ones who stay long enough for money to show up. And it does show up eventually when your actions stack up over time. When you make enough offers, when you shake enough hands, when you learn from each failure, when you adjust without giving up the goal, you create something powerful, momentum. And momentum is currency. It builds brand. It builds reputation. It builds income. The compound effect of purposeful persistence is invisible at first, but unstoppable once it takes root. Understand this: every time you take meaningful action, you are planting seeds. Some will sprout quickly. Some will take months. Some will go unnoticed for years. But nothing grows at all if you stop planting. This is why consistency matters more than bursts of enthusiasm. Money doesn't care how loud your start was. It cares how long you stay in the game. And let's be clear, purposeful persistence is not about doing the same thing over and over without thought. That's stubbornness, not strength. Real persistence is adaptive. It learns. It shifts tactics without shifting the goal. It collects data from every failure and converts it into sharper execution. It remains open to change but closed to surrender. It moves forward with clarity, not just effort. That is the kind of action money respects and rewards. If you want to stop chasing money and start drawing it toward you, let your actions prove your seriousness. Don't just speak your goals. Build habits around them. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create progress from imperfect starts. Work when it's boring. Improve when it's hard. Stay when it's slow, because most people don't lose to competition. They lose to fatigue, to doubt, to the illusion that it's taking too long. But those who stay, those who act daily with direction and drive, they cross a threshold few ever reach. They become inevitable. And when that happens, money no longer has to be hunted. It comes consistently, reliably, and sometimes suddenly, because the universe cannot ignore someone who refuses to stop moving forward. In conclusion, the question is not, how can I get more money? The real question is, how can I become the kind of person money is drawn to? Find your purpose. Guard your mind. Serve with value. Believe with fire. Act with courage. And watch as the thing you used to chase begins to chase you. Thank you.